Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. If you like what you see, like the video. So, today I'm going to do something a bit different. It's not makeup related. I'm a bit of a reader. I read things, both with my eyes and with my ears. I'm a big Audible girl. I wanted to share my physical to be read pile that I have because I kind of want to have a small to be read pile, but also a to be read pile that interests me and makes me want to like jump right in. So I thought I'd share that with you today. And I have about 3, 6, 10 books on my to be read. So this should be really quick. And we'll get through it. So first, going with the currently reading stack of books. I have 3 books that I'm currently reading. The first one that I picked up is the Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. Janice Hallett also wrote The Appeal, which I have right over here. The Appeal, I loved this. It was such a page turner. It's very interesting, would recommend. Now, this book, The Twyford Code, is about this man who discovers a copy that has kind of encrypted the code of this popular book series by a famous children's author. And she had put the secret code into the series leading to something. Nobody knows what it is, so everyone's very interested. And this little boy finds a copy with this all decoded. His teacher finds it, and the teacher disappears. So it's told in kind of like a transcript from a video recording. That's as far as I've gotten in. I'm 25 pages in. I've just started it. I'm not too far in. I'm still very excited to get into this. And I love Janice's writing, so I expect it to be very good. I think I might I'll continue reading this after I wrap up filming this. So yeah, the next book on my currently reading is The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. Armas? 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 I'm very bad with names. But this is a spicy, well, 1 chili out of 3 kind of spice. It is about this one, Rosie moves into her friend's apartment for a undisclosed amount of time because something happened in her own apartment where she made it unlivable. And what she doesn't know is her friend, what is her friend's name? She was the star of the last book. Her friend Catalena's cousin kind of has a key to the apartment, lets himself in. She thinks she's getting robbed. And Rosie is also an author of romantic style books. And Lucas helps her write her second novel, that what she's having trouble with. So it's kind of a fun time. I don't know if I spoiled anything. I hope I didn't. I'm a good chunk of change into this. I'm 230 pages into this one. So yeah, I really like this, but I have to be in the mood to kind of read romance. So that's that at the moment. Now, my Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare. I'm a Cassandra Clare girl. I don't know if you know this, but if you look all up there, that's all Cassandra Clare books. So I've been following this gal for a long time. This is the third and final book in the Last Hours series. This is a sequel series to her Infernal Devices series, which is a prequel series to her Mortal Instruments series. There's so many series. This is a universe. This is my Marvel, to be quite honest. This is my Marvel. So this is the third and last book, and I annotate my Cassandra Clare books, and it's just I haven't got time to read this. So I have bought the audiobook so I can read this and have the audiobook and try and get through it. I think I'll be able to do it soon. Maybe today. Maybe I'll make that a priority today. But I do love this. I can't. I'm pushing it off since it's the final book, and I'm also pushing it off because I'm so busy. Even though I sit around and do nothing a lot, I be on TikTok when I could be reading. But this is a really good book. The first book covers James. Herondale, the children of Will and Tessa. James is going through a bit of a turmoil. There's stuff happening. I should really be not describing this because I can't, but in this book, I can't really describe it because this is the final book. So in the first book, which is up there, let me grab it. The first book, which is called Chain of Gold, it is annotated, covers the adventures of Cordelia Carstairs, who is the cousin of Jem in the Infernal Devices. If you haven't read the Infernal Devices, I'm not going to spoil Jem for you. She travels to London with her brother Alistair, and Cordelia has a long love for James Herondale, which is Lucy Herondale, Cordelia's friend's brother. Yes. She loves him. He is a boy. He doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. He doesn't see it. He sees Cordelia as just his sister's friend. And she basically discovers he likes someone else, which is not the vibe. Like, anyway, it's angst, turmoil happens. Cordelia has a sword which is called. What is the sword called? Tana. Cordelia has a sword called Cortana, which is a very powerful sword. It has kind of a magical element to it. So this is about Cordelia trying to get James Herondale, but James is going to marry someone else, and all the drama to do with that. Then in the second book, more stuff happens. Then we go to the third book, which I don't know what happens in the third book, but they're big. They're always big, and the chapters are so long. I think that's another reason I'm like not used to long chapters anymore. Book on the pile I have is Nine Liars by Maureen Johnson. Most of the books that I have are part of series. So this is the fifth book in the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. Devious covers this, I think it's Scott, no, it's, what is her name? Stevie. I knew it was something. In Truly Devious, Stevie is a very budding detective type, and she goes to this academy which is very like how Elon Musk wants to teach his children to their aptitudes instead of like the school system that's put in place by the government or by a public school system. It's more studying to what you're good at instead of kind of struggling at things that you don't really have a grasp for or you don't have an aptitude towards. So she has an aptitude for detective work. And then she goes to this academy which teaches to your personal aptitude. But there's a mystery at this academy of what happened to the founder's wife and daughter. So she's going there to uncover this mystery. And that's what the first three books in the series is about. This book, it covers 7 suspects, 2 murders, 1 killer still playing a deadly game. So this is when she's a freshman, like when she's new into the school. This is her senior year. This is applying to colleges, stuff happens. Can't wait to read this. And I just love the color scheme. It's so pretty. These are books I have to get in hardback because they look so nice together. But I haven't read that yet, so I have to get onto that. This pile of books is piling up. Next I have a very merry bromance. I do not have the first book of this, but these are all companion series. These are Spice. These are by Lissa K. Adams. I hope it's Lissa. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. But this is just a Christmas version of her usual romance books. This covers the character Colton, who shows up in the other books. There's 4 other books. There is Bromance Book Club, Undercover Bromance, Crazy Stupid Bromance, and Isn't It Romantic? I'm looking, the first one I had to guess, but I'm looking at the other 3 on my shelf. I'm waiting for Christmas for this. That's the only reason. I bought it after Christmas when it was cheaper, and I'm waiting for next Christmas to read it. And it's a nice floppy paperback, and So good. Well, I don't know if it's so good, but the other books were so good. These I bought during Valentine's Day, the 2 weeks of Valentine's Day in Aldi because they were reduced to €4 and that's cheaper than they would be on Amazon. And I have the Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I have no idea what this is about. I expect it's friends to lovers. It's cute. It's a romance. I don't want to think too much into it. To be quite honest, it's been seen on TikTok. It's probably going to be like an ooey gooey kind of thing, romance. It's about a girl secretly in love with her best friend and NFL legend. Oh my god. She runs a dance studio and she's barely affording to keep open. So that's probably going to be a nice journey to go on. Can't wait to get to that. These kind of fluffy ones, I kind of wait for when I'm on holidays to read because there's no like back world to kind of keep focus of because it's all contemporary. It's all in the modern day. The next one is by Tessa Bailey, and it's My Killer Vacation. I've read Tessa Bailey before, and she is spicy. So I don't know. This is supposed to be a relaxing vacation. My Killer Vacation. What else do you need to know? Nothing. Is the Supernatural Enhancements by Edgar Cantero. He wrote These Meddling Kids or The Meddling Kids. Such a good Scooby Doo themed book. Oh my god, it was amazing. It got me out of a reading slump, and I was like, I must read more from this fella. And this is basically a conspiracy. It's kind of a conspiracy mystery suspense. When Ambrose Wells dies jumping out of his bedroom window, forgetting to open it first, a distant relative with unusual companion takes possession of the Gothic estate. But as they settle into their new surroundings, excited by rumors of ghost suicides and secret societies, they find themselves not just part of a mysterious game, but determined to win. That sounds brilliant. I did not read this before. I just wanted to read more from him. This sounds really good. It's a addictive thriller, apparently, of the year, so I can't wait to read that. I love a little suspense kind of mystery. I love mystery, so can't wait to read that. I also have to say, if I can, I'm mostly buying my books secondhand if they're not ones I've pre-ordered or I see for €4. Most of them are for the Vincent Paul. This one I bought new to qualify for free shipping on Amazon. This is Finlay Donovan is Killing It. So all I know about this is also by Elle Cosimano. All I know about this is Finlay Donovan is a writer and she's describing her next writing idea to her friend in a cafe or a restaurant, and someone overhears her and assumes she's a hit woman, and they hire her to be a hit woman. And that's all I know, and that's all I need to know. I just want to go into this, see what's gonna happen. If anyone's read this, let me know. Is it good? I love anything like that. I read The Inheritance Games, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. What was that other one by Karen and McManus? Those ones. I listened to those. I didn't read them physically. Um, I love Knives Out. I love a little murder mystery. And then the last book I have is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is a secondhand charity shop copy. This just sounded good. This gives me such a If We Were Villains vibes. If We Were Villains is such a good book. The Secret History by Diamond Tart, they're not comparable. I couldn't finish A Secret History, but I finished If We Were Villains. So this gives me If We Were Villains vibes. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I don't know. Impossible to put down Stephen King. I do not like Stephen King. I think he waffles when he writes. So yeah, but this is basically about this one in I think college. So it's this one, Alex. She's a freshman. She dropped out and she's back in because she experienced or witnessed a horrific unsolved crime. Oh, she's a survivor of an unsolved crime. And she comes back and she's tasked with monitoring the secret societies that go on at Yale. So she's in college. Um, so she gets to monitor these secret societies run by the rich and powerful while being a survivor of a unsolved crime. I shouldn't laugh. There's a dead girl on campus, and Alex is the only person willing to look deeper because the societies are far more sinister and extraordinary than anyone ever imagined. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. This is actually given like Bunny mixed with We Were Villains, if we were villains. Can't wait. This is my stack of to be read books. I would pick them up, but they're all on the ground and I don't want to do that. So I will not be doing that. But I really want to get it down to 0 this year. I don't think I will because I'll probably acquire more books. Oh, I have books borrowed from a friend that are technically on my to be read because they're physical and they're here. So I borrowed 3 books, but I've read the first one, so that doesn't count. But these are the second and third books by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and then I have The Crown of Gilded Bones. These are massive. I read the first one, which is From Blood and Ash. Now, I will not be reading these physically because they are heavy and the writing is tiny. Why is it so small? Jennifer, why is it so small? So I'm going to be listening to these instead of reading them, and I also don't get them. What's the plot? What is the plot? Because I think it's just sexual tension all the time. There is no plot. I've lost the plot with these books. I was listening to them when I tried to read the first one physically and I just went, no, this is an audible experience. Yeah, but I think I'll just give these back to her and listen to them audibly. To be quite honest, I'm gonna do that. It's the end of my video. If you have a TBR, if you like makeup and reading, versatility, you know what books that if you've read any of the books that I have on my TBR, let me know. If you have any recommendations on books that I have on my TBR that I've read or that I'm interested in and something sounds similar, let me know. Um, just let me know because I could recommend books if you wanted. They probably wouldn't be the best recommendations, but I could recommend you the ones I like and be like, this is why I like them. I wouldn't be a very good book reviewer. But yeah, so I hope you like this video. I hope to see you next time. If you like the video, please thumbs it up, like it. If you want to see more from me, I do makeup most of the time. I could sprinkle in a little books a few times a year. But I hope to see you next time. Bye!